Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome to our channel. Today, I've got a spine-chilling story to share with you. Get ready, because we're going to dive together into a supernatural tale that happened to me when I moved to Berlin. But before we start, go ahead and smash that like button on this video. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our horror and suspense stories. Also, don't forget to leave a comment letting me know what you thought of the story and if you've ever experienced something similar. And if you enjoy this kind of content, share it with your friends so more people can feel that spine-tingling chill. Now, grab some popcorn, turn off the lights, and get ready for the story. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Arrival in Berlin. I had always wanted to live in a big, vibrant city where I could feel the pulse of life on every corner. When the opportunity to move to Berlin came up, I seized it without hesitation. The German capital, known for its rich history, lively nightlife, and diverse culture, seemed like the perfect place for a fresh start. I found an apartment in an old building, full of character and history. The rent was affordable, and the location was perfect, a quiet area, but close enough to the city center to enjoy everything it has to offer. The move was exhausting. Between packing up my things, organizing the move, and saying goodbye to friends and family, I felt like I was caught in a whirlwind. When I finally arrived at the apartment, I was tired but also excited. It was a new beginning, a chance to reinvent myself. I spent the first few days unpacking and arranging everything. The apartment had a cozy feel, with its exposed brick walls and large windows that let in plenty of light. I felt that the place had good energy, that it would be my home for a long time. Chapter 2. The first night. After a full day of setting up my new home, I felt like I deserved a break. I prepared a simple dinner and sat on the couch, enjoying the quiet of the night. The initial excitement of the move was beginning to give way to a pleasant calm. However, exhaustion soon overtook me, and I decided to go to bed early. The bedroom was small but cozy, with a window overlooking the street. I closed the curtains and lay down, feeling comfortable and secure. I fell asleep quickly, immersed in confusing dreams of unfamiliar streets and new faces. The sensation of being in a different place intrigued me and at the same time made me a bit anxious. But the bed was comfortable, and the day's fatigue pulled me into a deep sleep. I don't remember exactly what I dreamed about that night, but I do recall a feeling of peace that enveloped me. I was far from home, but I was starting to feel that Berlin could really be a new home. Chapter 3. The Unexpected Awakening. It was in the early hours when everything changed. I woke up suddenly, not knowing exactly why. The silence was absolute, interrupted only by the distant sound of a car passing by on the street. I looked at the clock, 3 a.m. Strange, I thought, I never wake up at this time. There was an unsettling feeling in the air, something I couldn't quite identify. My heart was racing, and a sense of unease took hold of me. Then I heard the sound. A low whisper, almost imperceptible, coming from the direction of the living room. At first, I thought it was my imagination. Maybe the noise of the old building, the wind outside. But the sound continued, an indistinct murmur, as if someone was speaking softly. I felt a chill run down my spine. Who could be in my apartment? Could someone have entered without me noticing? Chapter 4. The Mysterious Figure. I got out of bed, my bare feet touching the cold floor. The apartment was dark, except for a faint light coming from the street. I walked slowly down the hallway, my heart beating faster. Every step seemed to echo in the darkness, heightening the sense that something was wrong. When I reached the entrance to the living room, I saw a figure. It was standing, back turned to me, staring intently at the opposite wall. My whole body froze. Who was this person? How did they get in here? The figure was motionless, dressed in something dark and indistinct. Fear paralyzed me, but I knew I had to do something. I mustered up the courage and, with a trembling voice, asked, "Who are you?" "What are you doing here?" The figure didn't respond. It just stood there, as if it hadn't even heard me. The air around me seemed to grow colder, and a sense of unease enveloped me. Chapter 5. The Confrontation. With no answer, I took a step forward, trying to see the person's face. But before I could get close, the figure began to move slowly, turning in my direction. When I finally saw its face, I felt a shiver of pure terror. The face was pale, almost translucent, and the eyes were two lifeless black spheres that seemed to absorb all the light around them. There was no expression, just an inhuman coldness that made me step back. The figure moved a little closer, and I could smell something strange in the air, something that reminded me of mold and dampness. I tried to scream, but my voice didn't come out. I was trapped in that moment, unable to move or react. Then the figure raised a hand, pointing at me. The gesture was slow, almost mechanical, and a sense of absolute panic washed over me. The figure was trying to communicate something, but I couldn't understand what. Chapter 6. The Revelation. Suddenly, the figure disappeared, as if it had never been there. One moment it was there, the next, it was simply gone. The silence returned, more oppressive than before. I stood still, trying to process what had just happened. My body was trembling, and my heart was racing uncontrollably. Had it been a dream? A hallucination? But everything felt so real. I could feel the fear, the cold, the smell in the air. I ran a hand over my face, trying to calm down. The sensation of being watched persisted, as if something or someone was still there, hiding in the shadows. I turned on every light in the house, each bulb felt like a small shield against the unknown. I checked all the doors and windows, but they were all locked. There were no signs of forced entry or that anyone had been inside. Chapter 7. Return to normalcy. In the days that followed, I tried to return to normal. I went to work, made new friends, and explored the city. But the experience of that night continued to haunt me. I told a few people what had happened, but most of them laughed, saying it was just a nightmare or a figment of my imagination. Even I began to doubt my sanity. Had I really seen that? Or was my mind playing tricks on me? Despite my efforts to move on, something inside me changed. The sense of security and comfort I felt in the apartment was gone. Every noise, every shadow seemed to hide a secret. I began to have trouble sleeping, always waking up in the middle of the night, looking at the clock exactly at 3 a.m. No matter how much I tried, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. Berlin continued to be the vibrant, lively city I had imagined, but for me, the magic was lost. The apartment that once felt like a refuge was now a place of mystery and fear. I don't know what I saw that night, but I know it changed something in me. And as the days go by and life continues, the image of that figure with black eyes remains etched in my mind, a disturbing reminder that the unknown is closer than we think. So, folks, what did you think of this scary story? I hope you enjoyed it and felt that spine-tingling chill. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to receive notifications for new horror and suspense videos coming soon. Leave a comment below if you've ever had a supernatural experience or know someone who has. And if you have a scary story to share, send it to us. Who knows, maybe the next story could be yours. Share this video with your friends who love a good horror story. The more people watching, the more amazing stories we can bring to you. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Stay alert, because the unknown may be closer than we think. See you later.